Right, so next up we've got the new tooled Airfix 148 North American P51D Mustang. Now this tooling came out, I think, November of 2017. I haven't done a review on it, there's many of those already online, so this time I didn't worry about doing a review. And to be honest, it wasn't an aircraft that I was particularly interested in. We've got the fantastic Tamiya P51D. I built two of those. Absolutely joy to build. But then, on a visit to Hannah's just lately, I did take a close look at the boxing. And we've got Little Indian in this beautiful lightning markings, but then I noticed Jersey Jerk, and I live on in the River I live in the Waveney Valley in Bungay, which World War II was the centre of all 90% of bomber groups. We have Seething just up the road, 3 miles. B-17s were based there, and that's obviously that's where Ye Olde Pub, one of the most famous next to Memphis Belle B-17s that there was, and it's mentioned in the book Higher Call. Now I saw Jersey Jerk on here and realised we've got fighter groups around here too. We had Halesworth, they were P-47 Thunderbolts, Razorbacks, then the Bubble Tops. We had Raiden, we had other numerous places, Norwich, Coltishall obviously with the Hurricanes, and these are all within 40-mile radius of where I live. And within that radius comes a base called Marsham Heath. I know more about Marsham Heath because of a gentleman called Taki Barker who lives in Ipswich and got me interested in Marsham Heath. I've built already a Typhoon from Marsham Heath. I built this a couple of years ago now. It needs a bit of TLC and it's going to get it. But what I thought I'd do, I'd build Jersey Jerk to go along with her. I'd always said I was going to give this one to Taki. As yet I've not been in the area. I will clean it up ready for him. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build this one, and hopefully they'll both go in the Marsham Heath Tower Museum. That's the idea. Whether it works or not, we'll see. But anyway, let's get some bits off the sprue and get ready to do some building.
Illustrate that experience we were talking about. Scott Carson in goal, Andre Wisdom, Richard Keogh, Curtis Davis and Marcus Olsen at the back, Tom Huddleston and George Thorne in midfield, then Tom Lawrence keeping it. Yeah, just before you go, Chris, we'll go to local football in a sec. All things transfer related and hanging on to James Madison. But one man you mentioned there,
right, so I've removed some parts from the sprue and we're all ready to go. So first of all, I put them on the pegs, which I needed to do. We've got to glue some bits together, which is the seat mainly to begin with. So we're going to get our rear of our seat. I'll pull you in a little bit so you can see. Before we start getting the airbrush out. So quite simple to do without any issues, hopefully. Just to glue things together quickly. Get the instructions, put them across here. Just want to see how things do go. Right, so this bit is easy. Trying to work it out. How we're going to do this? It goes over the top and then sits down just like so. So all we need to do is to get some glue and just touch it, and that'll fly right along the back, and we don't touch that bit again apart from putting it in the right position. So that's quite handy. That's that bit done. We have some of the radio system to go on the back. Work out which way it go round and everything else as you do. Just like so. That sits on there. But I'm going to spray them separately because that's going to be a little bit more difficult to spray those two. Like that. Like that. So, just put a little bit of blue tack or white tack there. Cocktail stick. Now spray that, no issues. Same goes for this part. Now it's bent, so I just need to check how it's going to fit on top and whether it should sit like that or be straight. No, it has another piece, which is this piece, and that'll come in, so we can bend that in and make it fit. That's fine. Lovely. Right, so we'll keep that separate for now, and we'll put that on a cocktail stick, like so. Go from there. Right. Now we've got other parts. We'll put all these together on. I'm trying something a little bit different this time. But what we're going to do now, we're just going to prime everything and see how we go. Hang on, let's get the airbrush ready. Turn the air down a little bit. Check on the regulator. It hasn't been used for a week. Do it to work. That feels nice. So what we'll do now, we'll get our black micro primer and microfiller. Put that in. I'm going to use a pipette when I can find one. You just find one out of there. Not there. Must have got one in there somewhere. There you go, that will do nicely. Just to keep things clean. And we don't want too much in there to begin with. We'll leave that there. Put that on our airbrush rack for a moment. Put a little bit of paper down. Just like so. Settle ourselves in. Right. So we've got to check our flow. Yep, that's working nicely. Just going to have a quick look around. I think what we might do, this is on the next page, but it's asking for different parts to be painted separately. What I'm going to do, I think, is cheat a little bit. Snip everything and push it in. Maybe not, wrong end. A bit off there. This is just the way I kind of hold things, makes life a little bit easier. Right, so the first bit of paint is going to go on the Mustang. So all we're doing, just going to prime it up. Obviously it's all different colours. Everything's... I prefer, as I've said many times before, to do all my priming in black. Because then when you're using metal shades straight on, and when you're using mil-spec, it will make a lovely contrast and give us the shadows that we already want. So one of the radiators, straight in. I always do it both sides so that if you do have anything showing, it can be seen. And again, I'm not using very much paint, I'm just pulling slightly back on the trigger just to get the paint to flow, and then you build up the paint. You don't want to blast it on and you get a bad finish. So everything we've got needs to have our black on it. It's a bit heavy, but that'll dry. Fine. That can go in our bit of plastic. Alright, the internal of the rear doors. So has got sink marks, but you won't be able to see them. So put that to that side. And again, we're going over. Just doing the insides of those. We have one of our air intake, radiator grills, air filters, whatever you like to call them. And again, painting them all. And again, on the underside air intake, paint that bit first. Then the second bit. Getting some paint down. Just painting it through. Now in that time this bit would have dried, so we can now come in with this, paint it all through. There'll be a metallic colour going in there shortly. And the same with that one. You can put them over there on the cutting mat to dry properly. We've got the inside walls. Again, getting a good coat, and on the tops, both sides, making sure you're coming in all angles, just to allow us to get those shadows that we're looking for. And what we can do is get a peg for this bit for when we do the green. And then we have our usual central fuselage part, again all green going on there nicely. As I said, using 8 to 10 psi with the airbrush, and we're not chucking too much paint on. Otherwise you can start to get like a cake area. And what we're doing is just literally putting paint on to just to prime it up, ready for the top coat. That bit's fine. We've got our seat, so we'll get another little bit of white tack.
I've just got the Derby team on the phone there. Marcus Olsen, brother of Martin, of course, so we might get a bit muddled up with him. But also Cameron Jerome starts for Derby County. We miss Cameron already? I wouldn't say so on the way the season.
That's ready now. So we'll give the seat a nice going over, getting all the paint right the way around it. Not the easiest thing to do on this piece. It's very intricate. I'm very impressed with this, to be honest. Going all the way across the back. So that's that bit done. Right, we have part of the radio system. So we're just lightly blowing on the black. I know this is probably boring everybody to death, but we're just going to show how it works. Right, and we've got our instrument panel. I shan't be using the decal on this. I should be doing some drop painting and some dry brushing on this one. Back and front, just in case it's seen. And then just a little bit more, because we're not going to put any different paint onto that. We've got another part of the radio system. Just like so. Keep putting it in. So we're getting all those parts. Got the rudder pedal arrangement. Again, black all over the top. The anti-glare. And literally just airbrush those in. We've got the trim wheel, which will stay black anyway. Got oxygen system, which is slightly different. And so on.
for the future and help us with other deals, and meant that we could keep other players, and we could also build a squad, and we ended up adding just Kenny McLean, 5 players in the middle. So that
just to get that nicely blacked up.
One thing that you said, is
We've got a throttle quadrant. Whoop.
now one young bright prospect at this club over the last couple of years has been Glenn Middleton, and he's been moved on without playing a first team game. So I think fans are a little bit confused.
Get that quadrant sprayed up
Has gone without playing for first team.
like so.
absolutely, I can understand that question in people's minds.
Now, something I did forget to do, why I don't know,
And Daniel Fark was refereeing players
was to put our
against anyone with our work at this club and also previous clubs. So
joystick into.
Glenn's got a great profile here.
Just looking at
Obviously created,
the references to see what's going on.
and that's not his fault. That's just
And we'll put that in there like that first. So,
they get on the bench early for the first team, or they score a goal in the
little
referee
bit of
is
glue.
the next best thing. And unfortunately, the facts are
in,
that he
that'll
wasn't
stick.
given that starting 11 in the referees. He wanted to play more opportunities at first team football. We believe there's players ahead of him. That's our opinion.
So, we'll keep going. We'll give this one again a nice, I would have done, nice drop of black.
That's what he felt he could get with Rangers. We got a good deal from Rangers, which protects us if he does become the player that he hopefully will do for his sake.
So we'll keep carry on. And then our joystick, control yoke stick, whatever you like to call it. And we're getting paint in everywhere we need to get it. All the way through. Just making sure we're all right. Just looking at that area there. Have to put some wood effect in there, and a little bit underneath this area for the tail wheel. Go on, just like so. I think that'll be fine. Right, that's those. Now we'll do the internal of the whole of the fuselage. Right from the front, a bit more pressure through, getting it all into where we need to get it to. Right the way through. And again. Into everywhere which I know there's going to be opened. So right the way through the whole area. Lovely. Right, that's our priming side of it, things done for a little while. So now I've actually missed a bit. So I'll find that on the sprue, which is on the D sprue, which is the rear area of our seat. There it is. Find the file.
Having spoken to Stuart Webber, I'm reassured that James Maddison will not
File it down.
for the sake of the Premier League, for the sake of leaving Norwich, be the right move. But the way he's played this season, if it continues like that for the next 3 months, then I think Norwich City will find himself faced with some very tempting bids over the summer.
And
In the Championship this year. Things like this don't go away, do they? They don't go away very quickly either, because already today the Mirror have been reporting that an offer in excess of £30 million might be needed to actually win
right,
to get hold of
put those out of the way.
plenty of young players that, it sounds like he's got his head screwed on right, because he wants to be playing football and not just sitting on a bench somewhere, even if it is for a top four side.
Getting that all paint everywhere so that it's all covered.
And I always think at some point, and I had this for the summer with a young player where we were getting on a top four selection and super out of line, and
Looking good. I'm happy with it all the way around. That's brilliant. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean the airbrush and then we'll come back with some interior green. Right, so the first colour we're going to be using is Alclad ALCE 309 US Navy and US Army Air Force interior green, which is quite a lot, excuse me, it's a bit of an olive green compared to British grey green, but still a nice colour. So for this, we'll get a glove on, get some, we've got the pipette ready this time, and we're going to use our airbrush, just been cleaned and ready. And we're just going to put a small amount in and put that well out of the way. Right, so we'll come straight in with the side panels and just hopefully you'll be able to see this. And just all we're going to do is just build up the colour using the airbrush, basically like a paintbrush, one way and then the other. Just like that. And again on this side. Literally building up our colour on top of the black. And I'm happy with that. What else have we got? Dudley-dee. Right, these parts, these are interior green. Okay. Like I say, we're not flooding it because we want the black to show through, to be honest. So we're just being a little bit careful how much paint we're putting on. We've got the rear of the seat to do. Put that all in. We'll pick out the black seat cushion shortly. And we're just putting it on, making sure it's covering it all, coming in from every angle to do the job we want it to do. What we got here? That's our bottom of our instrument panel, and again that's our green, and we'll just get that all nicely painted up. Of course we'll come dry brush that scratch it up before we put her in. So she's done. We've got our seat itself. So we just get our paint on. Sorry about the noise from the compressor. So that one is done nicely. Just touch that, but that's dry already, so that's fine. Right, we have our bodywork. Now, that area there is green, so we'll just paint that down. Edge is green. Fine. All that part at the bottom is wood. Just checking. 226285. So we're going to do shade that over just that little bit. Okay. Looking again. That area there. Again, it's green. Dry it off, it's a bit wet. Cut into air, drying it all off. Keep checking on everything. So that area there again. And we've got the bottom area of our main hump, I shall call it for now. And we're doing the same again on this side. And of course, just that. The rest of this end is our green. So we're just flooded. Not very often I do that, but just paint it in. Spray it all up. And then of course we have our rear undercarriage. And that looks good, I'm happy with that. Bring that over. So there'll be no touching up to do on that. We've got a little bit of thingy to do, masking, but apart from that that's fine. We'll come in now and just do the whole of the interior of the aircraft. Quite simple. So we're literally just line it all in. As I said, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to have not a monotone effect. So all we're doing is just blowing it on. Putting the paint in. Anywhere we need to put it. Putting it all through. And the top, the nozzle's going to come out. That's that. Right, is there anything else? Because it can be a pain in the butt otherwise. Just looking through. The seat is done. The internals are done. Is there anything I've missed? I do have to get that part, which is DO5. So I'll do that in a moment anyway. But so far, again, that's the green done. I'll let that dry and then we'll come back and do some more.